lot of the yards came on that big hit last Saturday, but they picked up some other key yards. How do you think you guys defended the run against it? Was it up to your standard, or were some things you guys could have done?
I mean, if you look at the yards and how the game went, like against any other team, we'll be fine with that.
Yeah.
But against a team like Iowa, you really can't give them that many explosive plays or that many yards. So that's not really the standard for that game. So I think that helped. That led to the loss too. That was a part of it.
What, on that the 82-yard run, what in your some of the guys after the game said it wasn't fit well. What in your opinion broke down?
I mean, it fit well, whatever, but it wasn't just. It was like execution. Like, we had 3 free hats to the ball. We missed them. That's going to happen sometimes. But if you want to win a game, you can't have that. So, maybe if you made one person miss and they blocked it up, schemed it up, maybe. But we had 3 guys to the ball. That shouldn't happen.
You're about to play an Illinois team that came here and won last year and kind of led to a lot of these changes. What kind of do you remember stands out to you about that game last year?
I know going into the game, they ran a lot of 11 personnel, but it seemed like they came to set the tone of running the ball. We're going to be more physical than you guys. They hit us with a few RPOs, but I remember that we gave up a few big runs to Chase Brown. Is that Chase Brown? So I know they just played Maryland, and they're trying to stay physical. So I know they're going to be ready to get after us.
Is it safe to say that was a low point for you in your time here in terms of the team and its performance?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that was just, coach got fired. That was like the turning point to everything going bad. So I'll say, Illinois is a little personal.
Is that something y'all are talking about much this week, or?
I mean, the past is the past. It is what it is. But, when you got some of the older guys, you don't forget.
You also got, Jim Leonard's working over there as an analyst now. Is that weird at all? Seem a little odd at all, given how much you guys been through with him? I
mean, I know their DC is an ex-Badger. So, I mean, it wasn't really a surprise. I love Coach Leonard. I'll never say anything foul about him. And, I see he didn't want to go to the DC job, so I seen him get into a role like that. So, not surprised.
Have you or other guys stayed in touch with him at all since December?
A little bit. He'll hit us up every once in a while. I know he hits my dad up a few times and asking how I'm doing and everything. I definitely miss him. He's a great coach, and I pray for his success in the future.
Obviously, it's kind of hard. It's hard to, even though you're competitors, it's hard to turn that relationship quite often.
Yeah, been through too much.
When you look at Illinois' offense now, how much does it differ from last season, or how do you kind of see it compared to what you've seen from them in the past?
Last year they had a real elusive back in Chase Brown, and I know 23. He might be back for the game, but I don't know if he's still injured or not. But they got some bigger backs in there now, trying to become a more downhill team. If you don't set the line of scrimmage, they're going to beat you like that.
What are your impressions of Braden Locke and maybe what you've seen? I know it's still early in the week, but him transitioning into this role where he's getting all those reps.
I think he'll be a really good player for us. He's very capable of being good right now, and I think how Tanner went down was kind of sudden. Nobody could expect that, but it's football, so I think once he gets into the groove of things, we'll be back on track.
Jake, the last few weeks, it seems like the defense as a whole has improved. Like, the big plays have really dropped off. Like, what would you say is the biggest tweak you guys have made or improvement that's allowed that to happen?
I'll say just finally calming down and realizing, the game isn't as fast or isn't as, tedious as we think. I'll say just there's a lot of panic in the beginning. Even though we do some of the same things, everybody's a little frantic, a little nervous, but in all honesty, I think we all settled down, calmed down, and got good at what we're good at, and started playing.
Do you feel like there's extra onus on the defense now that your offense is breaking in a redshirt freshman quarterback?
You say that again?
Do you feel like there's extra pressure on the defense now that your offense has a backup quarterback starting in there?
I mean, not really. I have faith in Braden Locke. I think he's a pretty good player. I think You know, we see him in practice all the time. He stays on tempo, stays on pace. And I don't think Coach Longer will put him in a position where he has to win the game for us anyway. So, you know, I think it's just overall playing good defense. That's the most pressure.